Hey guys, and welcome to, I'm sorry, I'm not sure how to pronounce this. Fausts Alptraum? Alptraum? Maybe? This looks like a super awesome game. It's a horror RPG game, and it's supposed to be really good. It got really good reviews, and the art style actually reminds me of Alice in Wonderland. I don't know, like a goth Alice in Wonderland, maybe? I don't know.
Setting 1012.
Perhaps slightly chillier in the San Fernando.
Again you show yourselves, you wavering forms, revealed as you once were to clouded vision. Shall I attempt to hold you fast once more? Hearts willing still to suffer that illusion? Of lovely hours, those slipped from me and lost, they can no longer hear this latest song. I bring my verses to an unknown throng. My heart's made anxious even by their clapping. A shudder takes me, tear on tear, entire. The firm heart feels weakened and remote. What I possess seems far away from me, and what is gone becomes reality. Today is Henrik Faust's funeral. I'm not sure. I've seen his name before, I think. Is that a real person? Oh my gosh. I think that's how you pronounce it, Faust. Despite how the sign read, even she wasn't sure if that was his real name. So let's put it this way. Today is Daddy's funeral. There are more people than I thought. Aunt reveals traces of annoyance beneath her veil. So sleepy, the girl thought. Why must we get up to face such a dreary day? Chatter permeated the sea of black suits, of which she recognized only a few. A few in the crowd wept with sorrow. How nice it was that there were still those who could lament his passing. It's about time to go? Aunt asked with a smile. Why does Aunt smile when she clearly never means it? The girl yawned and looked at the tomb, almost wishing she could swap places with the person resting inside. The coffin closed with a firm click, as if a patch of clouds in the gloomy sky had run headlong into the wall. Is it this one? No. No matter how tidily the lush blue tiles were stacked, one could still detect the passage of time. What's wrong? Aunt turned around, mystified. The girl didn't want to go in. Aunt smiled wryly as if she had read the girl's mind. You only have to go in and see what's in there. Don't worry, it belongs to you now. No. Why do you think that would bother me? This isn't what you guys say at home. However, the girl kept all those thoughts to herself. Never mind. Just wait outside then, Aunt waved as she turned dismissively. The doorknob turned smoothly. So slow. Going in isn't better than staying out here, but she wanted to go home as soon as possible. Any home would do. Aunt Marthe? The very air seemed to freeze. A horizontal layout could just barely be made out through the haze clouding the unlit lights in the antechamber. In the silence, it was as if dust would be stirred up by the slightest step, but the odd thing was, there was no dust at all. Weird. Both doors were locked. Why? The electricity must be on. Where's a light? A light. Eek! Just a cat. That was frightening. That cat is frightening. Feline eyes lanced a sharp look out from... Okay, let's try this sentence again. Feline eyes lanced a sharp look out of the gloom where coal black fur melted into the shadows. It flicked away in the next second. Ah! It disappeared? Where had it come from? The cat vanished from the corners of her eyes. Weird. Huh? I love the art style. It's so cool. The empty path extended further into the darkness. It's like a mix of, Ebe, that little RPG Maker game, and, I think it was an RPG Maker game, I'm not sure. Ebe and the witch's house. Like, the coloring on the walls, like in the cutscenes, everything's like pink and green and blue, and... No, Aunt could not have passed by here. But... arrow keys? Yeah. This is a long hallway. There was nothing. Empty space all around her, but nothing revealed itself. The dead air thrummed violently in her ears. There's no way Aunt could be here. A screeching noise came from the door behind her. What in the world? Darkness oozed in. What? This was the beginning of the nightmare. A patch of purple was eerily bright in the absence of light, as if it had been sugar-coated with icing. Hello? An ear-piercingly sweet sounding voice sounded as a patch of purple probed out of the inky blackness. Smooth locks bleached of color, as if waiting for a painter's palette that would drip down at any second, peered out. An ashen-faced owner turned to greet her. Hi? That is an appropriate reaction. Yes. Oh, excellent. You understand me. A purplish-white figure pulled itself up as if ascending a long flight of stairs. What time is it? Is it spring? Long sleeves flapped across her vision, but the way the figure moved didn't seem entirely human. Who are you? I remember the door being locked. If nothing else, can you shut the door on your way out? It started moving away with a flourish of its sleeves, accompanied by the clapping sounds of a horse's hooves. It seemed bored. But this made her feel a bit uneasy. She yelled defiantly, I don't want to leave! This is Father's old house, so she should be the one to inherit it. The adults had said that before. No matter how unwilling their expressions had been, they had indeed said that before. Therefore, she wasn't going to let herself be swept out the door, no matter what. The figure stilled and turned back, despite being far away. Oh? She regretted her words almost immediately, particularly as the figure swiftly closed the distance between them. She realized its expression hadn't changed as she tilted her head a long, long way up to meet its gaze. Really? Violently purple eyes flashed gleefully as if they had suddenly remembered something. A garish grin abruptly split open the pale face. Elizabeth? A cloying, sweet voice spelled out the girl's name. You've returned. The light disappeared as if the window shutters had snapped shut. And then, the door opened. Her body moved of its own accord, disconnected from a mind rolling with confusion. Elizabeth sprinted up the steps and past a dim door frame draped with spiderwebs, retracing her original path. She couldn't remember why she had set foot in this place. A growing sense of nauseated distaste urged her to leave. Her heart settled when she finally set foot on the lush carpet. As long as the front door is still open, then. Huh? What? The door's gone. There was nothing on the wall. See what I mean? Like the other aspects of the cutscene drawings, I guess, look like they're made of different colors, and it reminds me of Eve. Where's the door? She was trapped by the nothingness that revealed itself in front of her, just like how the cat had previously cowered in the corner. This couldn't possibly be happening. That big hat was so cute. What's wrong? That nauseating voice was starting to become irritatingly familiar. Let me out, she cried. Eh? What's that you say? No, there's no such thing as a front door, she retorted. I just came in the front door. I didn't see that. You told me to shut the door on my way out. I don't remember saying that. The unease that had disappeared resurfaced with a will almost tangible in its strength. Terror, exhaustion. She didn't want to face this latest turn of events. A strong sense of fatigue stole its way into her mind, and her eyes started to close. What's wrong? Elizabeth. How did the being know her name? Her eyes shut firmly before she could ask the question. Indeed, I shall enchant your eyes and your ears, instead of shutting yourself away, sad as the worm that gnaws your books. Come, follow me to a new place. Let us go, then, to learn about life and leave the rubbish of philosophy. Elizabeth opened her eyes. Where is this place? The pendulums ticked away mercilessly in the empty air, as if it was the only living thing left in the world. What's that you have with you? Is that... I can't tell what that is. I think it might be a doll or something. Like a maybe a little cat doll. It looks like the Cheshire Cat. It was dark outside the French doors. No matter how one looked, it was all fake. I walk really slowly. Can I sprint? No. It was a piece of chocolate candy. I got the chocolate. Eating it will impart more energy and your walking speed will increase. It can be used repeatedly until the maximum limit is reached. You will be unable to progress if you cannot walk. Bed? Oh, I just walked right through it. A key. The half of the label that remained had the words 1F, right corridor. The reflection on my face in a stern expression. Oh. If the screen blacks out, you will return to your bed. This does not mean you died, and what has already happened does not need to be repeated. Some items can be worn. The cat will give you some clue by reacting to specific items. If the screen is too dim, please increase the... Yeah, okay. Ooh, some puzzles are accompanied by music. Text that has already been read will appear in this bookcase. Cool. I love the piano. The piano sound effects. No firewood. There are matches and a candle holder. One match. Using matches will increase your vision range. They can be used repeatedly until the maximum limit is reached. You will be unable to progress if you cannot see. There is paper and ink. Do you wish to make a record? Sure. Let's leave then. No, there really isn't anything. She woke herself up with a brisk shake of her head. Although she had yet to figure out what had happened, Elizabeth didn't feel right just standing there. Cold shivers ran down her back as she finished that last thought. Would it make a difference if she made the effort in communicating with the being? Didn't you want to leave? Why did you suddenly start looking for the door? Those weren't actually questions, just sarcasm that were weaved insidiously around her. She slumped on the staircase. Who are you? Elizabeth asked. The gaze directed towards Elizabeth creased into a smile as if it had been waiting for this question. The figure bowed with an almost comical number of flourishes. I am, oh my gosh. Okay. Mephistopheles. Okay, that's not as hard as I thought it looked. Me? What? Mephisto. What exactly are you? Elizabeth further asked. The demon smiled. Okay, that answers my question. The demon smiled and slowly paced in a wide circle around the girl. It spread its hands in a way that was annoying for some reason. I am the genie. What? Genie? I don't know. That denies everything. Those two long sleeves waved around in a sinister manner. And so she asked, "Can you tell me where the front door is?" Didn't I say there's no such thing? That's what you said. That's what you said. I didn't see a thing. Didn't you walk in of your own volition? How did you not know where the door is? What do you know? I can't tell who's talking. Like, they won't tell you anything. They actually don't even welcome you. If you hadn't been born, it had stolen the right to speak, and every word it spoke dripped blood-curdlingly into Elizabeth's head. She had to resist the urge to cover her ears in the face of such a cloyingly sweet voice, one that had snuck up to her unawares. Think about it. This place is actually not so bad. It's quiet here. You won't hear those things. You won't even want to leave after a while. Elizabeth turned back to rebuke this weird theory. No way, she said. I don't want to stay, or even spend a second here. Not even for a second. Not even for a second. Really? Alright. Want to make a bet? If you really want to leave, I'll show you the way out. Really? Yes, the demon nodded. But if at any moment you wax nostalgic about your time here, or wish to preserve any instant for eternity, then you lose. Any instant? Any instant. Well, that didn't seem so hard. She didn't have the slightest inclination to stay here anyway. Elizabeth nodded her head without thinking over it for too long. What does she get when she loses? I don't like this. Oh, good. Then it's settled. The demon capered in satisfaction before she had said anything. This was also when the bells in the house started tolling. Elizabeth covered her mouth with both hands before she blurted out, "Wait a minute!" The bet had already begun. Despite having a lot to say a second ago, the demon's irregular form vanished from up the stairs, and she didn't want to keep it at all. I just bet my soul, didn't I? Whoa! Okay, nope. I got a match. It was locked. Oh, I don't like this, like, eerie, empty sound. I can't see anything. I got another match. I don't know how to use matches. Oh, items. Okay. Matches. Bright corridor on the first floor. Okay, that's the door in front of me. Ragdoll, I was right. That's what she has. Books. Oh, okay. That's the instructions I read earlier. Okay. So I have to actually use items. Opened it with the key. The sound of someone playing the piano came from the other end of the hallway. Chapter 1. Puss in Boots. Is a cat playing the piano?